Hey guys.
Gentlemen.
Sexy.
I did define the silly pit limiter setting, John. That's another thing that got screwed up when my PC crashed.
How the hell that happened?
Completely screwed up my iRacing settings. I think the app.ini file got corrupted.
Oh, so it just built a new one.
Yep. Because it was a full-on PC crash, lockup hard. Where's Barber? Is it somewhere in Minnesota or Wisconsin?
Leeds, Alabama.
Alabama. All right, that makes more sense. I was gonna say if we're in Wisconsin and we're getting 128 degrees in the summer, that's hot. I understand that's track temperature, but still. Alabama, okay.
Harry shed about 400 iRating points since Watkins Glen.
Ouch.
He was ahead of me, and now all of a sudden he's like 300 points behind me.
Last night's race cost him like over 100.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I lost 84.
No usage.
I think he just heavy-footed it out of the last corner.
Oh.
He ended up over there on the pit wall.
All right, I'm in. God help me.
You'll be fine. I don't know what you're complaining about. You can jump the start, serve your penalty, and still come in fourth.
Oh, when the rest of you guys have problems, it works out that way.
I mean, I won't say that we didn't help. But you did make it work.
No, you've just cut the course. You're going to have to slow down and give the time back. Go, go, go! Okay, this is your first time lap. got fuel for about 2 laps. Double lap, let's make it count. You have 1 lap of fuel left.
Gave it all up in the last corner.
Same. I was up 0.3.
Checkered flag, checkered flag.
All right. I am not forgetting the race set tonight.
No, me neither.
I still owe you for that one last night.
Nor am I going to forget. Oh, I beat Gary by 200ths.
All right. How much time? We got 240 left in qualifying if we go full time. We attracted a grand total of 7 drivers. I'm driver number 5, and currently, where did I qualify? P5. Okay. A distant 0.2 behind Gary. Deep.
Mick and Jorge inverted. The rest of us qualified in order of iRating.
Yep.
All right. Green means go. Green means go.
All right. I am deep in a 7-car field. All right.
Right, we've put enough fuel in for you to finish the race. Looks like the strength of field
Thank you, Mick Chief.
3,277. Right, let's take it where we can get it.
Yes, Rolly Chief. Gary almost jumped.
Good luck.
Gary, what'd you go and do that for?
Ahead. Go left, left, left.
He'll be back.
Whoops.
John.
Just kidding.
Psych. Keep Gary busy for me.
Nah, I'm done. So far, not my week.
You're now in third.
Yeah, bummer, John.
Well, you can have your iRating back from last night.
That's not how I wanted
You
it.
and Gary both. Yeah, that's all I'm doing is settling the...
Karma's equal.
do it 2.5 minutes of repairs.
The car in P2 just had the fastest lap, 23.712.
Gary's got the pace on me, no doubt. Can I resist the urge to overdrive in an attempt to stay away from him?
Yeah, like I did.
Is that what that was? Were you scared of me?
No. No, I just put the gas on and... Oh, the exit of that hairpin is just treacherous.
Lumpy, yeah. Jeez, he's really fast. Damn it.
You're getting faster.
Hoped I'd be able to hold him off for a while. My only hope is he's got another mistake in him. Sorry, Gary, I didn't say that. do need to stay on track, though.
One on your right.
Yeah, that's always a good start.
Clear.
Well, there goes my 2-second lead, and I can't slow him down and keep him behind if he's in front. And I thought I was getting so much better on that final right-hander. The weird uphill, long right-hander. A million lines. Jeez. Gary's got the pace this week.
The leader is running 24.137.
All right. Calm down, Glenn. You can't catch Gary on base. Stay on track. Be smooth. Don't make any stupid mistakes. Make him earn it. Watch him drive away. But it's so hard. Hate this feeling.
Talking to yourself's one thing, but when you start losing the arguments, you're screwed.
Fortunately, I'm the final arbiter of winner and losers in those arguments. I'm not above bribing myself, though. Wow, he's not just a little bit faster. Nice job, Gary. I definitely benefit from maybe some practice or some telemetry analysis or even just looking at somebody else's line, but too late now. Wow. He's put 3 seconds into me already. Definitely don't remember exactly how I was driving the hose, but I'm pretty sure I did not find the right gear setup. I don't remember having to shift that many times. I can't tell exactly where I'm losing time, so that tells me as I'm losing time everywhere. Not sure if that's reassuring or soul crushing. Alright, so let's see if I can improve on my lap times. How about that? Green Delta, that's what we're looking for. That's a quarter second better. I'll take that.
That was your fastest lap this session. The car in P2 just at the fastest lap, 23.618.
Well, I'll be glad when this week is over.
Yep. Damn you and your skill, Gary.
Leader just did a 24.63. The car in P2 just at the fastest lap, 23.527. You're getting faster.
Well, this is good high quality content. Watching me drive off tracks all the way around the course, all alone, for lap after lap. I am consistent. Although, I'm glad to say last night's aberration was the first, I don't know, I had like 10 solid races in a row where I gained iRating. That doesn't happen for me very often. So I'm hoping I'm turning that consistency around a little bit.
Down to the last 10 laps.
The good news for my ego is with the track temperature falling, I can delude myself into thinking I'm getting faster.
Huh. Yeah.
Where's the tunnel?
What if there is a tunnel here?
Crew chief was just alerting me to an issue in the tunnel.
Huh.
I'm sure it's some clever name for one of these corners.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
The car in P1 just set the fastest lap, 23.437.
Man, I do not know how to drive that last right-hander.
Throw it in there.
The softer rear springs definitely makes the exit from the hairpin a little more manageable.
The leader just did a 23.552.
Where's the setting in Crew Chief where you can tell him to lie to you? Just make me feel good. You're getting closer. Good job. Instead of all these accurate gap in front is getting bigger calls.
The car in P2 just set the fastest lap, 23.396.
God, I was on a good lap. I was up 3.5 tenths and threw it all the way and then some in that last right-hander.
Well, if you're going to do something, you've only got 5 more laps to do it. You're looking good out there. The car in P1 just set the fastest lap, 23.336.
I'm going to end this race with more incidents than if I'd crashed.
car in P1 just set the fastest lap, 23.207. You're getting faster. There are 2 laps to go.
Ooh, 15 seconds behind Seth King.
You can do it. You can do it. Me and your crew chief believe in you.
Twelve seconds behind Seth King.
You've only got enough fuel for about 5 more laps.
How many more races in this week?
2. EFL. Dead fucking last.
Ouch.
Nico on YouTube says such a nice car and track combo.
Yeah, I do like this track, and of course I like the car. I've been driving it for years, but whew, being off the pace tests my resolve.
Flag, checkered flag. Great.
Yeah, I've always sucked at this track.
I can't say that I've actually raced it since I learned actually how to race. So the truth is, I'm probably a lot faster than I ever was previously here. Whew. Well, I'm glad we at least pulled 7. Kind of depressing.
Yeah, it's not a popular track. A lot of guys don't buy it. Oops.
Are you on iRacing, Nico? You should come out. We're always looking for people to share in our suffering. What's Mick laughing about? What do you...
Wah, 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 wah.
I was going to ask you what you were giggling about, but I wouldn't understand you if you told me.
All right, the race is over. Bring her in. After the race.
Well, I'm 0 for 2 this week. Thanks, guys. We'll see you Friday.
Oh, yeah, my mic. Yeah.
Aye.
See you, John. All right. Is there anything at all to look at in that race? Let's see. I drove a bunch of off tracks. I don't think there's actually anything to see. Results. Mick, unsurprisingly, took it. What was the gap? 4 seconds? 5 seconds over Jorge. Good job, Jorge. I think, Mick, what did you beat Jorge by? 15 seconds or something last night? Crazy. Then Gary hung in there for P3, and I took P4. John, sorry. Sucks. Let's see. So I did gain a position, only because John's ill-fated touch with the wall. Host, race, pit lane. Okay. All right, that was a good one. Actually, it looks like Watkins Glen all over again, except this time Jorge spun too. Let's see, can we get a better shot of that? The chopper's not going to be great. That's not too bad. Put some ballet music to that. It's magic. Nope. Hey, the good news is my system didn't crash tonight, so small favors. Maybe some circus music. All right, and then something about pit lane. So let's fast forward. All right. Bump drafting. Fun, guys. All right, while I'm here, don't want to forget, I want to turn up the replay. Where's the replay? Wait, am I losing my mind? Chat spotter user ambient. Oh, replay. Did it just change position? I swear it was in a different position when I looked at it a few minutes ago. Yeah, there's a little bit better volume there. All right. Enough goofing around. What am I talking about? This is all goofing around. If it weren't for goofing around, we wouldn't be here. All right, let's see. What's the damage? Exactly even on safety. It's better than losing. And gained a whole 10. At least it's positive. So what did I lose last night? 84. So I'm still down 74 in the last 2 days. Painful. Let's see. So there were no draft really, so pace might be a fun comparison. Strength of field was decent. Mix up there in the 5,000s. Jorge's 6,500. Gary's 43. John's 45. So, yeah, me, Andre, and Seth bringing up the rear. And like John said, except for that one exception where I think Mick and Jorge flip-flopped, we qualified in exactly our iRating order. So iRating is often a good indicator of pace, I think. Mick turned a 123.2. Jorge 123.3, call it 4. Gary 124 even. I couldn't get under 124.6. What's that? 1.4 1.4 seconds off of Mick. And what's the overall lap? 123. What does that add up to? That's a big percentage. 1.4. Is that? It's easily 1%. Probably more than 1%. Anyway, it's too late for math. Andres in 5th. Seth 6th, and then poor old John with his repaired car coming in DFL. All right, well, probably finished exactly where we should with the exception of John. So all things considered, without Gary's little mishap giving me some hope, and without John making a mistake, I would have been 5th and probably would have lost a little bit of driver rating in that case. Would I end up with 7 incidents, 7 stupid throwaway incidents, 11 and 16 for Mick and Jorge. How did they do? Lost a quarter in 0.06. So, Gary with 5 incidents gained. All of us solidly in that 2.5 to 3 range safety rating. I pay attention to it. I kind of like to keep a decent safety rating. There's no really reason to have useless off tracks like I was doing. If they improve your lap time, improve your position on course, absolutely. But I'm pretty sure all 7 of those were completely useless incidents. So I do think about them. All right. Well, I think that's everything I've got. Certainly no scintillating content tonight. Sorry about that, everybody. I will hope to race again on Friday night, and then depending on what happens, maybe in the GSE broadcast on Saturday. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.